So Google has rolled out a latest core update in March of 2024, and everyone is freaking out and wondering whether or not AI sites will be hit. And in all honesty, AI sites will be hit. But in today's video, I'll be showing you how you can future-proof your website, write content using AI, and still rank after the core update, and even in the future, as Google will probably release more updates. So let's first talk about the core update and what exactly happens. So the main focus of the core update is to improve upon their already rolled out spam update. So essentially, this update will reduce up to 40% of search content that is deemed as low quality or spam. Google is determining spam content as scaled content that abuses search spam. So essentially, if you are creating a lot of content, low content using AI, like a bulk generator, and you're just blasting that content onto your website to manipulate search rankings, then Google is going to determine that as being something that is spam or low quality and will reduce that type of content moving forward on Google. Google has said that their long-standing spam policy has been that use of automation, including generative AI, is spam if the primary purpose is manipulating rankings in search results. So Google does not say that using AI content is wrong or it will just essentially kick all AI content off of Google. It's just saying that if you're using generative AI to manipulate search rankings to create hundreds of articles per day and pop that onto your website, then that is going to be determined as spam, and those are the type of websites that will be hit. But if you're using ChatGPT, if you're using the methods that I show you to actually create more in-depth content using AI, then you would have no problem ranking on Google. So before we continue, let me go ahead and quickly look at some of my websites that I have here. So this is a website called Test Prep Bot. This website, I haven't really focused on it. It did get a little bit of a hit, as you can see here. Keep in mind that if you are using primarily AI content, then you're always going to take a hit at some point. Sometimes your content may go down, but other times it may actually increase. And sometimes you just need to wait, and then that content will actually, or those keyword rankings, you'll actually regain it after some time. So this is one of my smaller websites that I don't really, again, focus on. But as you can see here, it's still ranking #1 for certain keywords. It's ranking #3 for best law schools for personal injury. And again, if I go ahead and take a look at that content, I showed you guys how to write much more in-depth and high quality AI content, right? This is not just generated using a bulk generator, or I just popped this keyword into ChatGPT or another AI writer. As you can see here, I first included a nice table with external links to the actual websites, right? So first we have a nice table here. Then we also have a lot of information about that topic. So I know right off the bat that this doesn't look like it's a typical AI generated content. This looks like it is very in-depth. I think we have probably around 2,000 words for the article here. And then we also have a nice chart. We have internal links and we have external links. So it's over 2,000 words, including the tables, right? And again, if you go ahead and take a look at the other blog post that is ranking, so that is the best law schools for personal injury. Sorry, that was the one that we just took a look at. But if you take a look at the blog post that's ranking #1 for famous lawyers with low LSAT score, right? Again, if you go ahead and take a look at this article, we have some nice tables in here, and we have a lot of content here. We have some internal links and we have external links as well, and an FAQ. So again, this is the type of content in which you need to create if you are serious about your website, but also most importantly, if you want to future-proof your website, you can just simply pop your keywords into a bulk generator, create 100 articles, and then pop it onto Google, because that may work in the short term, but in the long term, as you can see here, Google is focusing on reducing spam content, and that is determined as spam auto-generated content by Google. The second type of websites that are being hit are websites that use expired domains. So expired domains abuse is now considered spam. So essentially it's saying that the practice of buying expired domains and repurposing them with the intention of boosting the search rankings of low quality content is now considered spam. So this is not saying that necessarily if you have an expired domain and you reuse that domain, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's considered spam. But if you are using it with the intention of manipulating search rankings, and especially if you're using low quality content, like you buy a expired domain and then you blast a bunch of content on that, that is now considered spam. And that those types of websites are also being hit. The other types of websites that are getting hit are site reputation abuse, or parasite SEO or PBNs. So Google has a new policy. Essentially, it's where third-party sites host low-quality content provided by third parties to piggyback on the ranking power of those third-party websites. Essentially, it's a third-party website that's using the authoritativeness of another website and writing low quality content to send those people over to their website or get more authority from those sites. So this is now being looked at as abuse or spam content. But again, in all of these scenarios, we see one keyword, which is low quality content, right? Low quality content, as determined by Google, is content that is spammy or doesn't really satisfy the searcher's intent. So when you're creating content using AI, I think you need to go back to the basics, right? Like if we're creating an article about the best law schools for aspiring personal injury lawyers, we need to get into the mind of that specific searcher. Like what are they looking for, right? I could have easily went ahead and created an article like this with just written word, but I know that a table might be a lot better because a table is easier for someone to understand when it comes to comparison of different things, right? And it's easier for them to be able to select which law school they like. They can see the location, they can see the key programs, the tuition and outcomes and things of that nature. So you need to really get into the mind of the reader when it comes to the search query that you're going after. And this is a little bit more of a manual approach. And I think that is what you need to do. I'm not saying not to use AI. I'm a big proponent of using AI, as you can see by my channel, right? But what I'm saying is that you need to mesh AI with manual work as well. And when you find that balance, that's where you're able to create a more future-proof website that you wouldn't have to worry about getting hit by another Google update. So if you want to rank AI content after the March update, you need to focus on creating the best content using AI. And I've done a lot of tutorials on this channel where I actually show you how to do so. I've showed you guys a lot of techniques that you can use on this channel for completely free. But if you want more in-depth and unseen techniques that I have come across, then you can join my community on School. It is currently only $10 per month. That price may change, but when you access that community, you will get full and instant access to my AI writing mastery course, which is over 4 hours of new updated techniques that allow you to write the best AI articles and blog posts. So if you want to check that out, that link will be in the description below. So number one is focusing on creating the best quality content. Number two is do not blast, upload low quality content using bulk generators, and be careful of PBNs or using expired domains. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video, and I wouldn't worry too much if you have a normal website which you're not blasting out low quality content from Google. You should be okay. You might get a little bit of a dip now, but you should be able to recover that in a bit. But if you are blasting out content and using low quality spammy techniques, then I would be wary of that. You may be doing well now, but be careful because in the future, Google is cracking down on those types of websites. So I hope that you guys learned something new. If you did, let it be known by giving us a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.